got ourselves Team 1 together with CBZ's again as a Demon Ultra Warlock. We got iFox swapping in over on the Team 1 together with Namira. We got Sensei in the back as well as Chicago. It looks like CBZ is going to be first up versus Flexing. Finally get a chance to play. Getting a stun pretty early onto CBZ. Looking to maybe disengage towards the other side of the pillar. CBZ is getting locked down with a stun. Looking to go for a fear to Flexing. Fade death out of Flexing just to be able to dodge the fear. And got himself the perfect line of sight. Get those kill shots. As long as Flexing has the line of sight, you can just go to poke in and out. He literally is playing the Hunter gameplay. Like what Beastmaster Hunters would do. Marksman Hunters, poke out behind the pillar, do some damage, go back behind the pillar. Got that mobility just for days. CBZ's got himself a massive shield though with a dark pack. That's going to be a wall on top of it. Trying to go for a tyrant play. That is going to be a full tyrant. If he can somehow lock down Flexing, then he's going to be okay. It looks like he's actually doing the opposite. He's actually backing away from Flexing, looking to get a drain life off that pet. Grenade doing a bunch of damage with a kill shot, just finishing him off right then and there. Kill shot doing exactly what it has in its name. Who's up next? That was a quick duel. That was a really quick one, dude. Chicago back on Enhancement? Yo, let's go. I like that Mog, by the way. I like that Mog a lot, dude. You got the tornadoes on your shoulders. You got the axes with like different enchants on them. I like it a lot. Looks like Namira is going to be up next. Knows where Flexing is at. Has a flare ready. And that's going to be a big leap by the Feral into the freezing trap. Trick inside of it after he gets the stun onto Flexing. Once you continue the pressure, big old bite by Namira. Flexing with a feint death, stun to Namira. No way out of the Feral to get out of here anymore. Going to be a Shackles and Malediction. Stack it up onto Namira. Try to see if he can get power shift him. Looks like the Necrotics are going to hurt Flexing. Getting in next to the Druid. Blasting him with grenades. It looks like Namira got himself a little bit of healing increase here. A little friends of regen. Convoke the Spirits. Flexing could be in a bad spot. Looks like the pet actually eats so many of those bites. Being a Hunter versus a Druid with Convoke is just the best situation to be in. Sometimes there's not much you can do about Convoke. It just hammers you down completely. But when you have a pet right next to you, sometimes the pet just becomes the target of all that carnage. So for Flexing, as long as he has a pretty healthy pet, he might be okay. But he's going for a full camo, bit of a reset. With a Hunter's Mark on Namira, knowing where Namira is at, will always be able to get the opener. As Flexing, all he needs is just a little bit of a reset. And Namira scouting for him, sending the pet in, is going to be able to get the Druid back in combat. Namira popping in the bear form. And Flexing at least being able to get a Serpent Sting onto Namira. Stun to follow. Flexing got himself cooldowns available. That's going to be a big kill shot. Massive flank and strike. Namira could be really bad, but another kill shot of Flexing. Just gets the wombo combo one-shotter onto. Oh no! Harpoon into a freezing trap. As Sensei get images. It looks like one of those images actually just eats the freezing trap. Flexing already had it set up. He harpooned, threw down the trap midway. Sensei, you just pressed images just to get some cooldowns rolling. Because if he didn't, that probably would have been a freezing trap on the Sensei. He was trying to see if he could prevent the Monk's go. Flexing might be under a lot of pressure though. Sensei got plenty of mobility. Catching up to the Hunter into another freezing trap. As Sensei trying to make some damage happen. Has his palm wound back. And Flexing getting a little bit of the range damage. Might have to go for a turtle here pretty early. Fear Flying is going to go for feint death. Got himself at least a little bit of defense into a harpoon onto Sensei. But before he could actually get himself a defensive, Sensei taking him out. Not even with a touch of death, I don't think. So I don't even know what did the damage. Going to be a disarm of skills. Charges in into the Monk. Trying to see if he can maybe avenge Flexing. Skills didn't really spend too many cooldowns, did he, with that duel? That last one with Flexing. That's a rough one though. Sensei is still holding on to the. Did he get a? He must have had a full new fleshcraft for skills, right? Because it looked like it's the same fleshcraft from earlier. Parry up with the Blaze Stone for skills, trying to make some damage versus the Monk. Gonna be that Ring of Peace to boop him out of the way. And skills looks like he's actually gonna retreat back towards his side of the arena. And Sensei got him in an in-cap lockdown. Trinket for skills. I don't know if he has Zerker Rage for it. But it's going to be reflected. Skills got himself the extra defense rolling up. That's going to be the Shackles and Malediction. The Skills actually decides to bail out of there instead. Sensei just making sure he gets himself healed up or ready to go. Skills just cannot even go for first aid. Kevin Slime is there, harassing at him, spitting at him, being kind of toxic. But at least he got cake, dude. At least Kevin Slime got that green cake, dude. Isn't that delectable? D-Clawed is going to be up next. Trying to go for a bit of an honor duel with Sensei. A bit of a bow. At least wanted to give a bit of that like courtesy, which I like. I like when you guys do that. Going to be an opener by the Feral into immediate Kabok. Sensei does not have an answer. Oh my! He just did him dirty. He just didn't even take a moment. Just came in, stun in a single rake stun. This is where if Sensei even had Relentless. He had stun duration reduction. It was only a 4-second stun, which is reduced by relentless further. That's just so unlucky. D-Claw getting hit with the freezing trap as iFog just watched the monk torn to shreds, literally ripped to pieces. Shackles addiction by D-Claw, putting pressure, a lot of pressure on the hunter, shrinking out of the stun. Barskin is up. He might be under a lot of pressure though, as iFog's got cooldowns rolling. D-Claw better be healing himself as much as he can. Got himself the berserk. That's going to be giving him a lot of confidence, lots of finishes. Bear form for it to reach out. Quick roll into iFox. Looks like no dots on the hunter, so he's able to get a full roar without it breaking into a cyclone. That's really good. Really good for him in terms of managing his dots, and no one went to back up. Quick maim onto iFox, trading a freezing trap with it. That's going to be DR onto iFox, but also a DR on the trap with D-Claw. Got a root onto iFox, looking to go for a little bit of a reset. Now, iFox doesn't have a trap for at least 20 seconds or so. So maybe D-Claw can get some damage in, maybe put in some pressure. iFox does play the manic bandages here, so you can mend the wounds, mend any of the bleeds that D-Claw puts up. So it might be a little bit rough here for both of them, really. Blade shot up for iFox into a quick bash by D-Claw. Has another Convoke. Convoke hits the pets a little bit, but also hits iFox a good chunk amount. And iFox is going to go trying to heal his pet, but the pet just dies. The pet just got bitten up so hard. iFox somehow eating a bite, but still in camo. Got a steel trap, and that's going to be D-Claw getting him out. No pet for this hunter. Try to see if he can get the hell away from D-Claw. I think just walked in to pick up the eye. Looks like he did not. D-Claw popping in a wall and get himself a heal just to make sure he's actually healthy. iFox feign deathing that cyclone into a freezing trap on D-Claw. No way out for the druid to get out, but still somehow breaks the freezing trap, stopping iFox from casting, preventing him from rezzing the pet. Trying to go for a Scarab Beast. Quick skull bash. Kill shot back to D-Claw. Almost dies right then and there. Actually melts to the dots either way. How did iFox turn around that one? How in the hell did he turn around? That must have been a Battle Master Trinket play there, dude. That must have been a Battle Master Trinket that fell off. To go from like super healthy and actually fine to just like dead, man, that is a lot of pressure. That is a ton. That's hard to deal with. iFox placing a freezing trap onto KLL. Does he have a camo? I think he already burned a camo. Just trying to get himself a pet. So far, this guy's been lucky. KLL did not open up with a kidney shot. That's the only thing he did wrong. Now it's going to be a camo for iFox. If he can somehow find a way to just stay in the camo, then he'll be okay. KLL looks like he's dotted up. If that bleed from steel trap's still ticking, if iFox can get a hunter's mark on him, he'll be great. Looks like the rogue is bleeding. But I think he's bleeding with the fleshcraft on. It's just you can't see the animation of fleshcraft. That is so crazy. That is actually insane. iFox getting a hunter's mark into KLL. Is going to be able to steal a little trap. He literally disengaged to where he was going to go. Oh, what? How did that trap hit him? I felt like that trap tagged him from a mile away. That was so far away from it. iFox under a lot of pressure. Vendetta, that is going to be steel trap. Thrown down to KLL. He has evasion for it. Did he dodge the trap? Stun onto KLL for a second. iFox needs a heal. Needs to go for Manic Better just to remove these dots immediately. He's going to be in a really bad spot. Looks like KLL just continuing the pressure. And Chicago is the last one left. Is he trying to go for it? No, he's just going in, getting the dots up and running. It's going to be pets. Or it's just KLL. It's going to get the slime dotted. Well, actually, KLL is right next to the slime. He knows where the rogue is next to the slime. I don't know if attacking the slime gets the rogue out of combat. Big elemental blast by Chicago. KLL trying to see if he could burn some dots into Chicago. Trying to puncture some wounds. The wounds, champion. The wounds. Oh my god. Escalade is getting beat up by the Earth Elemental. Not like it does a lot of damage, but at least he keeps him in combat, which is pretty good for Chicago. We got himself a little bit of reheal. Still has a spike through their chest, so that cannot feel great. Big LA Blast onto KLL as he got himself another kidney shot. The Wolves are in. I think they're going to tear him up. And the Wolves do work, dude. The LA Wolves are back in play. Is Chicago playing the shorter cooldown on LA Wolves? The Ghost Bones Legendary? Because that one's really cool, dude. That one's really cool. Sip and Glue is going to be up next, and last one on the team too. Pretty quick match so far. Getting an interrupt on the Fleshcraft as Chicago's Earth Elemental is gone. Kidney shot, and Sip and Glue going in with a stun by Chicago, getting that short stun onto Sip and Glue. He's going to trick it out of it. Burning triggers for the both of them. Chicago taking a bit of damage, but actually got big LA Blast over Sip and Glue. Might be a Cloak of Shadows, maybe Vanish, could be evasion for the rogue. Looks like he just settles for a blind for the time being. Chicago does get himself a random heal here and there. Wall is available if he can somehow wall this damage off. Sip and Glue did pop Shadow Blades. He has Dance, literally going to sleep. Is he just so like Did he just get himself a good nab before he goes in and just one-shot Chicago, just shuts him down? Or is that going to be one of those things where he's hoping for a one-shot? Got himself the big Kyrian setup. Cheap shot again. Sipping glue, does he have the damage? Chicago gives himself a heal. Maybe wall. Actually goes for a double heal. Ghost wolves are up. Doesn't even press wall just yet. And maybe those wolves keep sipping glue out in combat long enough. Those wolves do actually decent amount of damage. Got himself a sipping up, but the wolves are tearing into him. And Chicago's back up to healthy. Sipping glue trying to avoid the wolves in Chicago as best as he can. The wolves should be disappearing any time now. Leap real quickly to sipping glue. Cloak of Shadows, as there's going to be a sundered down for Chicago. Kid the shot onto the shaman. Does have another shadow dance already. Chicago in Ghost Wolf. I don't know if they have like damage reduction while in Ghost Wolf. Is going to pre-wall that cheap shot, and that's going to be sipping glue at no health whatsoever. Big alley blast doesn't kill him quite yet. Gets himself a sippy cup. Double sippy cup by the looks of it. Potentially? I think that is a sippy cup, right? That has to be like the Kyrian like healing over time, right? Oh, what is that actually? Is that the mastery buff? That might be the mastery buff actually. I'm not even sure what that glowy orby thing is. Chicago looking to pick up the eye. Sipping glue is actually nowhere nearby. And Chicago picks up the eye, knows the rogue is not near, but he's in line of sight. Check to see if he's maybe over on the other side. I think Sipping Glue is waiting for cooldowns. I don't think he's going out until he has CDs. Chicago not checking the center platform at all. He might have to pick up the other eye for it. At least he's going to give himself a flesh cap. Sipping Glue nowhere near to interrupted. So at least Chicago starts with quite a bit of bolstered health. So he might be in a pretty good spot. Picking up the eye. The rogue is hanging around by this corner. If Chicago just walks anywhere near, he is going to be able to see him. Like a good camera angle, we'll be able to see the rogue. But he's still checking near the grates, looking for the rogue, trying to see if he might be able to find him that way. Haven't been able to do it so far. Sipping glue. Wait now for the eyes. He's coming in with full cooldown. Shadow Strike to Chicago. Does Chicago have an answer? Ghost was up immediately. There's going to be a storm sundering onto the rogue. Evasion's up for the rogue as he's actually taking a bit of damage. Trying to see if he can maybe sprint with Chicago, but Chicago just letting the wolves do work as the wolves are sneaking behind the rogue. Big alley blast on the Sipping Glue. Got himself Kyrian burns for Chicago. Does he have the big go? The wolves are doing work. Trigger for Chicago. Doesn't pre-wall this, but does get himself a heal. Wall up right now and slams the rogue down with a strong strike. Wait a second. That was actually amazing. That was such a close duel between the two. Between Sippin and Chicago. That was neck to neck, dude. Are you kidding me? That storm strike at the end there. Jesus, dude. Oh my god, that was so close. That could have been anyone's game, dude. That could have been anyone's game. That LE blast, dude. It gets rogue so close. Actually, good. It's like a mini chaos ball just thrown at him.